Have you ever stopped to think that a tiny spice, forgotten in the back of a cupboard, can change an elderly person's health from water to wine? Well, while many people spend fortunes on supplements, medicines, and treatments that only cover up the problem, there is a simple, ancient, and powerful secret that is within everyone's reach: cloves. And no, we're not talking about tea or aroma. We're talking about chewing cloves. Every single. It may seem strange, even exaggerated, but the effects of this practice go far beyond what you imagine. Some people feel relief from pain. Others notice that their bowel movements are regulated, their breathing improves, their mind clears. And, surprisingly, even their emotions are balanced. All of this thanks to a powerful substance that acts as a natural shield for the body. But be careful. This secret is not for everyone. And that is where the most important and dangerous detail lies. What few people tell you is that, despite being natural, cloves are no joke. And, depending on your health condition, it can be the final push in the wrong direction. But if used correctly, with awareness and consistency, it can be a game changer for those who are getting older and want to live with more energy, lucidity, and vitality. Want to know how this works in practice? Then stay with me until the end, because what you are about to discover could be the key to your health, or save you from a huge mistake. There are things that we look at and think, this can't make that much of a difference. Cloves are one of those cases. Small, fragrant, cheap, and extremely powerful. Chewing 1 or 2 cloves a day can help the body protect itself from viruses, bacteria, fungi, and inflammations that hinder the lives of many people, especially those who are older. But the best is yet to come. In addition to protecting, cloves also help relieve pain, especially that which insists on staying in the joints, knees, and spine. Many people depend on pain medication and have no idea that this spice can provide natural and constant relief. Want a practical example? Just chew cloves after lunch or before going to bed and see how your body responds. Some people feel the difference in just a few days. And that's not even the most surprising part. It also has an effect on the stomach. Cloves improve digestion, reduce gas, and that feeling of heaviness after eating. What's more, studies have shown that it can even help control blood sugar and blood pressure. In other words, it not only relieves discomfort, but also acts on the root of many common problems in old age. But wait, because what this miracle button does to the mind will surprise you even more. Few people know, but what we chew can directly influence our mood. And cloves come into play here as a true ally of the mind. That's because they act on an enzyme called MAO, which is like an eraser for serotonin and dopamine, the happiness hormones. When cloves come into play, they prevent this enzyme from ruining what makes you feel good. The result? More lightness, more energy, more zest for life. And that's all with just a little seasoning. And it doesn't stop there. Over time, cloves can also protect the brain against premature aging. That's right. That silly forgetfulness, lack of concentration, and even mental confusion, which many people think is a thing of age, can be alleviated with the daily use of this little ally. Think of it as a natural shield for your reasoning. And all this without having to resort to stimulants or strong medications. But what few people talk about is the dangerous side of this story. Because yes, as incredible as cloves are, they are not for everyone. And there are people who, without knowing it, may be harming themselves with it. That's why the next point is fundamental. You need to understand when cloves can be a poison disguised as a solution. This is where many people slip up, thinking that because they are natural, cloves have no contraindications. But the truth is that even what comes from nature, when used without wisdom, can become a problem. For example, if a person uses anticoagulants or antidepressants, especially those that affect the MAO, cloves can cause unexpected reactions. It's like mixing powerful ingredients without reading the label. The chance of things going wrong is high. And this is especially true for older people, who tend to take several medications at the same time. Another delicate point: pregnant women, nursing mothers, and people with stomach ulcers should also avoid constant use of cloves. Its active substance, eugenol, despite being wonderful for many things, can irritate mucous membranes and hinder more than help. That's why, before including anything in your routine, even a simple clove, seeking guidance from a health professional makes all the difference. It's not about fear, but about responsibility. After all, health is not just about what you put in your mouth, but also about what you decide consciously. And that's where the big key to this story comes in: lifestyle. Because chewing cloves alone doesn't work miracles. They're part of a whole: diet, sleep, movement, a clear mind. Those who understand this can transform their lives. And those who still don't understand need to hear what comes right at the beginning of this conversation. Now tell me, knowing all this, are you going to continue to ignore the power that cloves can have in your life? Are you going to let this opportunity pass you by, like so many others that have slipped through your fingers? Or are you going to take the first step to take control of your health in a simple, natural, and powerful way? The truth is that there is no magic, but there are decisions. And the choice to chew a simple clove a day can be symbolic, the beginning of a new phase. A phase with less pain, more energy, more mental clarity, and, who knows, even more emotional lightness. But knowledge by itself doesn't change anything. What changes everything is the action you decide to take after you learn. So tell me in the comments, have you ever used cloves like this? Did you feel any difference? Do you know someone who should watch this video? Tag them, share this content, and, of course, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell, because there are still many more powerful and surprising things coming. And if you've made it this far, it's because you're already on the right path. All that's left is to keep going. Let's join us.